I think for a lot of our audience and for us, you are sort of you came to our lives fully formed, pre-existing science communicator. But obviously that's not true. So what was sort of like your science journey growing up and how, you motherfucker, you absolute motherfucker. You kidding me? No, fuck you. No, you
This. This is not gonna make that. Oh my god, it's happening. This is not going to make that much sense to the people listening to this podcast.
For the people listening at home, I just pulled
Oh my
up.
god, Tom is still going.
I just pulled about 30 feet of tissue paper out of my mouth, and then Tom went over it. Got a Mylar one that's probably 120 feet. It's just going to keep on going.
Re-revel this at the end, Tom. No.
Oh my
What
god,
is happening?
This one's so much better than mine.
eat my
wow.
fucking ass, Hank.
Oh my god.
Jesus. God, you got to tell me who your supplier is. Who's
I
your
know a
mouthful
guy. I know a
supplier?
clown.
Jesus. Wow. That's a reference to a conversation Tom and I had once in a Mexican restaurant.
Maybe I'll cut this out, but for some very brief context in case we put this in. I had a conversation with Hank where I told him this story about when I was in college, I learned what a mouth coil was. And it's that
Just the thing
It's
that we
when
just did.
clowns can pull out a bunch of things from their
Okay.
mouth. And because I was a socially anxious kid who wanted to make friends and was very scared, this was gold to me because I was a theater kid. So this is like a pre-packaged bit. Caroline is laughing and nodding because they know
I'm like
this is
and
very
cringing a
almost
li- yeah.
cringing actually. At
this
one
is
for
this is
you.
this is like a great short first story to tell therapists is this story. So
Oh,
so
I love
would,
that for
but I was
you.
like, oh, this is
Wow.
great. Like, like you want to make friends in the cafeteria or like after a class. It's like the thing because people haven't seen it before. So I was like, this is cool. But the problem was
You thought it
as
was
I start-
cool?
the problem
Oh,
was
Caroline.
as I started to run out, it was delightful. People did like it.
I would
The-
have
the
liked
problem
it.
was-
Okay.
The problem
Cute,
was
yeah.
as I started to run out of them, I started to have such anxiety because I would be in a group of friends and I'd be like, Terminator. So I'd be like, okay, he's seen this before, but he really liked it last time. She hasn't seen it, but she doesn't seem like she's that into magic. So maybe I won't save one of the few because Caroline, I have never successfully rewrapped them. They are sometimes they are, most of them are considered one-time use.
wow.
So I had a set of them and I was running out. And the thing that happened is when I finally ran out, the literal thought in my mind was, how will I make friends now?
Oh, Tom.
And I've never made a friend since.
Oh, Tom.
What the fuck is happening? But yeah, I told Hank that story and he thought he would. That was another question I was going to ask is you famously said on Threads, I don't have the exact quote, but it was
Yeah.
something like, thanks to Tom, there is a joke now that is why I will finish the special and it will be in service of this joke.
I worked it into my show as a weird symptom of chemo, is that now I can do this. And then I
Which is much
That's
funnier.
good.
That's great. Yeah.
Did that joke make the special?
It didn't make the special.
It didn't?
I'm so
Wow.
sorry.
Oh, that's quite all right.
I did it on stage many times, and I will say that it confused people a lot.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. That is my favorite kind of
Perfect.
comedy.
And to be fair,
Yeah.
Hank, that was the moral of my story too.
But I think when they were looking at how do we make these 90 minutes into 60, they were like, well, this bit is very long.
Well, you know what, Hank? This is the classic crash course model where these lessons aren't for the test; it's for your life. This
Yeah.
benefit of having a mouth coil is something that will
Uh-huh.
benefit your entire life. And so, if it didn't make the special, I'm glad we could air it out here. Anyway, Hank, how was your science growing up? How did you become a